Layup Lounge members, we are back in the lounge. We here.
We in here.
Episode 15.
Already? 1-5?
Episode 15, man. It's been fun so far. You know, we just hit 200 subscribers, so shout out to y'all.
That's surreal, man.
We're here, bro. It's only been a few months. You know, we slowly climbing. We got some stuff on the way though. That we gonna get there.
Only improving. Sure. Shout out to y'all though. Keep pushing that likes and subscribe button. Let's keep growing.
Push that right there.
Content only is getting better, as you see. We're rolling.
All platforms. We're on Spotify, by the way.
Come on.
We on Spotify.
Watch it on the way to work. Listen. Tune in.
Yeah, for sure. We gotta start with the Warriors, man. We gotta start with the Warriors. They've been rolling ever since Draymond came back from suspension. They've been rolling. They were outside looking in. Now they're back in that playoff, the play-in race, looking to try to get in that top 6. But the big story is, and that just hit last night, or yesterday morning, I should say, that LeBron James was sought after by the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors made a call, asking about LeBron James' availability. They shot it down. They hit Rich Paul. Rich Paul's like, nah, we good. Jeannie Buss is like, nah, we good. But, man, what could have been?
What could have been?
First of all, do you think that LeBron should have, packed his bags and went out to Golden State?
I mean, looking at it from a basketball standpoint, I think 100% yes. Mm-hmm. I think LeBron, if his best opportunity to win is in LA right now, it'd be down with Steph Curry playing for the Golden State Warriors if that opportunity was on the table.
For sure.
I think this decision goes further than basketball. It's more so related to the relationships between LeBron, AD, Rich Paul. I mean, it's clutch sports at this point. So it's like the fact that they're all locked in like that, it's deeper than basketball. It's like relationships, friendships. And I think if LeBron were to leave, like, he'd have to have somewhere lined up for AD to go also, in a sense. Like, he's not just going to leave him stranded in LA, I feel like. So I feel like if they did leave LA, it'd just be a full relief. Like, we got rid of both of our major assets, bringing as much as we can, but there's no point in keeping one of them if we can't have both. LeBron and Steph Curry, though, that makes you an instant title contender. That makes you, for the next 3 to 5 seasons, regardless of who else is around them, even as they age, I think for the next 3 to 5 years, if you had LeBron and Steph Curry on your team, championship window is open, and you're in contention every season. So,
and yeah, I have to agree. I think from a basketball perspective, absolutely. I think the biggest reason why it didn't happen, we can say, LeBron just wanted to stay in LA. He got business. He got his family there. I think the biggest reason why he didn't go there is because he knows that his legacy is on the line at this point. He's trying to build up his legacy at this point of his career. And I think going to the team that you've been rivals with since 2015 would be a bad look in the NBA landscape's eyes. I feel like that, he wouldn't be as respected, even though he's 40 years old. I just think that the idea of him joining the team that he's been going to battle with for so long, only beat him one time before Kevin Durant got there, was like killing them. And I think it's more of a legacy thing.
I don't think he cares that much about his legacy anymore in that standpoint.
Really? He's
the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. So in his eyes, at this point, it's about rings. I think it's about hardware. So the fact that this Golden State Warrior team, it's not the same Warrior team that he lost those finals to. Like, it's a different core. Like, although they're still there, it's not the same dudes. Like, they're obviously past their prime.
Yeah.
It's the perfect time for him to, like, step into that team and just be like, I could be a catalyst and help y'all win a championship again, like, and kind of close that loop.
So you think it wouldn't be a bad look?
No, I don't think it'd be. At this point, what more damage could he do to his legacy? He left Cleveland, went to Miami, left Miami, went to Cleveland. Like, at this point, it doesn't really matter where he go. He could go to Detroit, and we'd all be happy.
But I think it's just I don't know. I think it's just because, again, it's like, and Steph Curry look even better. He said, I got all these players to come to me. He didn't have to leave Golden State. I think that LeBron, if Steph was somewhere else, not in Golden State, I think he would highly consider going there. I think he just knows what comes with going to the Golden State Warriors. Like, obviously championships, but more like thinking about the past, like all these past battles, and the fact that he just joins Steph Curry, the dude that's kept LeBron from getting more rings is, I don't know, it might not be the best look.
But the thing is, we know those two want to play together. LeBron
For
said
sure.
over the summer, if he could play with one player who he hasn't played with, or he'd like one player in the league, it'd be Steph.
And it would be different if Steph went to LA instead. I think it's just him going to Golden State is like,
That's the
there's
issue.
I think the location is the issue more than
In his
them
mind.
actually. In his mind, and he's thinking about what I think in other people's mind as well. For me personally, I would love to see it, but the people who truly care about like the whole GOAT race, keeping track with that, not wanting LeBron to be in there, I think that him going to Golden State would tarnish his legacy in other people's eyes. I'm not saying not for me, but I'm just thinking about the media out there, the old media out there.
That's what it is, though. It's the old media.
Yeah.
The young people, we don't care anymore. I mean, it's like superstars are going to switch teams. Like, it's kind of just the pace of the league now. Like, it's common ground for your major superstars to just bounce up and leave.
Yeah.
So and LeBron has kind of been like the front runner of this all. Like, he's the first one to been like, I'm gonna pack my bags and go. And he's like the GOAT, like in our sense. So I mean, if we really look at it, I don't think his legacy can be damaged anymore at this point. And I feel like anywhere he goes, it's just going to be good money for him.
That might be considered a hot take, honestly.
I know it'll be, even if he did go to Golden State and he won a championship there, I feel like it'd just be another ring on his resume at this point. Cause it's like, bro, he played those games were 10 years ago at this point. Like that first series was what, 2017, 2016?
Yeah.
We're far removed from those Warriors Cavs series, but I just feel like, I feel like what you're saying is cool, but I feel like LeBron's legacy isn't going to be tarnished anymore.
I don't know. I think, like I said, not for me, but for other people, I think it would be. I think that's honestly the only thing that he could do wrong at this point is go to Golden State. I swear, like he could do anything else, and like you said, like it won't matter. Like anything else he does is probably just gonna add on, except if he went to Golden State. I'm saying even if Steph comes to the Lakers, that's cool. That's fine. That's probably what he wants. Yeah. He wants Steph to come to him. He don't want to go to Golden State because he knows that he's going to catch flack for it. For sure. And I don't think at this point of his career, he don't want to hear it. And speaking of which, that whole LeBron talk, we were watching the game yesterday. They played the Clippers yesterday. They ended up losing. They were up like 10 with 10 minutes left, basically, and they blew the game. And you see Klay Thompson make mistakes like foul down 3 when they have the chance to get the ball back. There's enough time left. Do you think LeBron talks, because he was playing all right, and then, he's kind of, going down again, but do you think those LeBron talks have been affecting Klay Thompson, especially because he would have been the centerpiece of that trade? Like, you think that was, like, you felt a certain way about that? Because then Steph Curry tried to high-five him after that, like, come on, like, he's good, whatever, and he didn't even high-five him. So you think there's something there with that?
I mean, when we really look at the mental state of Klay Thompson right now, it's out of control. I mean, so I think the All-Star break is going to be a great time for him. It's going to be a good time for him to reset. He already made those comments about how he's willing to accept the Miami Heat Ray Allen role. Yeah. Like if that's what it is, he's willing to accept that role. And then he goes out there and commits a stupid foul. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like the All-Star break's going to be a good time for him to reset and kind of just get his bearings back. For sure, the LeBron talks were messing with his mind. I mean, he's been in trade conversations all year.
Yeah.
Even his contract is still not in.
And it's crazy, just even after like the trade deadline's over, the fact that they even had discussions of LeBron potentially going there, like it's already done. Like it don't even matter anymore. But like it's
And they were stressing that Woj was stressing that he was like saying that no players were discussed. He was all like, no actual players like were discussed in a potential LeBron trade. They just said it. They inquired about LeBron. There was never a trade that materialized. But we know it would have included.
It had to have been.
Klay, Kuminga,
everybody. It had to have been.
Like,
I think Kuminga was
Wiggins. give us everybody in it pretty much.
Yeah, and they weren't giving up Kuminga. I heard Stephen A. talking about I wouldn't give up Kuminga for LeBron, and I personally think
we're geeked.
Right.
Yeah, we're geeked.
I know he's only like 21, but you gotta do what's right for your franchise GOAT. And Steph Curry, I think that you got to extend his career as long as possible because they're going to be irrelevant for a long time after he's out, unless they get another Steph, which is no. Like it's gonna be.
So that's a question now for you. What's the ceiling of this Jonathan Kuminga, Steph Curry duo that the Warriors are currently rocking out with?
Not high. Not high.
Not high?
Kuminga's the future. He's not the now. And that's why I'm saying they should have packaged him for something to go get somebody. Kuminga's gonna be really good, but I just think he's not at that point yet. He's not one of those. I don't think he's ready to make an impact on a championship team yet as a second option for, because like right now he's the second best player on their team.
He is, yeah.
But he's not a championship second option right now. And it's cool, it's fine because he's young. He's only 21. But that's what I'm saying. He's gonna be good outside of the Steph Curry era. And I think that's when he's really gonna blossom. Not because and the Steph Curry's not holding him back or nothing, but by the time he gets to his prime, Steph will probably be retired already.
For sure. He might already hit his prime too, by the way.
Ooh.
Kuminga.
Oh, you're crazy, bro.
He's an athletic player, bro. Like he's about to, as soon as he turned like 23, like he's gonna cap out. I mean, he can shoot a little bit better this year. He's shooting the 3-ball better. Like his game is more polished, getting to the cup. But there's a ceiling to all of that.
He is not in
there's a ceiling to all
prime.
of that.
He's not in his prime. That's 21. Real quick, who's more mentally broken down right now? Is Klay Thompson or Isaiah Stewart?
More mentally broke down right now, for sure, Isaiah Stewart. I mean, Klay is just mentally broke down in the basketball sense. Like outside of basketball, I feel like Klay still has his bearings. Like he don't really care in that sense. Isaiah got something going on, bro. Like there's a deep, dark anger in there. Like there's some pent up aggression and hatred. I don't know what it is, but like
he's swinging on the Blazer legend Drew Eubanks.
Like, why are you fighting Drew Eubanks?
Bro, there has to have been beef because
that's what I'm saying.
The fact that they were swinging on, like they're chest to chest before, like at shoot around. It wasn't even right before the game. They wasn't even suited up. Coming off the bus, he was like, I gotta find Eubanks,
and he wasn't even playing.
What? Oh, he's hurt.
He's hurt. He wasn't even playing. And then he got arrested. What? Like,
it's crazy.
So are they gonna cut him? What's the deal with Beef Stew?
They're not gonna cut him. He's too good to be cut. You can trade him. You know what this reminds me of? Like a Kevin Porter Jr. situation. I think he might get traded, maybe in the offseason, next trade deadline, whatever. And I think his next opportunity might be his last chance, similar to KP.
At least with Isaiah, his has been just on court blow-ups, and then this is like his first off-court incident where it's like, okay, this is outside of basketball. This is deeper than that.
Yeah, so I think that maybe another organization, another scenery, more, vets around him. That was KP's problem. No vets. But then it turned in for KP stuff. It turned into his own doing at that point. Like no vets was, saving him. But I think Isaiah Stewart is a similar situation. So hopefully he gets in a situation where it's better for him. I got another question. Why do you think players don't want to play with Luka Doncic?
That's a great question.
We hear that Kyle Kuzma turned down the opportunity to play with him. Spencer Dinwiddie was talking mess about it as well. Why do you think people don't want to, those type of players anyway, don't want to play with Luka?
I feel like they're both ball dominant players who feel like they deserve a lot of shots, and they're not willing to play that third fiddle because Kyrie's going to get his already.
But Kyle Kuzma knows what it's like to be third. And he was a strong three.
And that's what I'm saying. But he said at this point in his career, the fact that he's already a champion, he's looking for a better situation. He's geek.
He basically said,
no, he's geek.
See, so he was coming to this thinking, we were kind of thinking about how Jordan Poole maybe would approach like the Washington situation. Like, I got my ring, now I can rock out. That's basically what Kyle Kuzma's saying. Yeah. I got my ring. I'm young. Now I can rock out. And he also called Dallas a non-contender as well. He's like, I know what a contender looks like. That's not a contender. I was like, damn, you not on a contender right now either. Like, not even close. You're not even close to the Dallas Mavericks. But he's like, I won a championship. I know what it looks like, and we're not on the same timeline. I'm like,
I disagree.
I feel like I don't know.
I feel like the Mavericks do have a good shot this year. I feel like once they get to the playoffs,
shot at what? Hey. Shot at what? No, say, bro.
No, I feel like the Dallas Mavericks have a shot to make it to the NBA Finals. I feel like at this point in Luka's career, he is the best guard in the West. He's the best point guard in the West. He is the best point guard in the West.
Debatable. It's debatable. You see what Shea's doing?
But I'm saying I'm taking Luka.
I'm taking SGA. Now, because that was my preseason MVP. It's looking real. It's looking real right now. If they're first or second in the West, he's up there.
Okay, but Luka now has a true number 2, a true battle-tested championship number 2, Kyrie Irving.
He's not a good.
And this is a full season of Kyrie Irving now, where it's like, okay, I now have a player who's been there, who's done it, and they're along my side. I'm Luka Doncic. We got Kyrie. We just reloaded with PJ Washington, Gafford. We got dudes now. Like, it's looking scary if you have to line up against Dallas.
I wish Brunson was still there. That's all I gotta say. Brunson would have been a better number 2 for
instead of Kyrie.
Yeah,
we could see. I mean, it'd be same sort of thing. They're getting buckets regardless. But I'm saying Kyrie's done it before. Kyrie's hit the shot to win the NBA championship.
The Obama administration, man. I'm telling you, dog. That's the last time he's done anything significant in the playoffs. That's the last time he's done it. He went to the Celtics. They were better without him.
So they
was better without him. He goes to Brooklyn. Couldn't get on the floor. Didn't want to take the jab. That's fine, but you live with the consequences. That's what it is.
So we're not going to act like Kyrie's not still one of the most premier outside perimeter interior finisher scores.
I'm not going to disagree. He's one of the, if not the most skilled basketball player of all time. But
we're talking about this.
But look, he's not a number 2 in my opinion. I think he's a number 3. They need to go get a number 2.
What? So what do you mean Kyrie's not?
Kyrie's not a number 2, bro. I think
he's already been a number 2 on a championship team.
Almost 10, bro. It's 2024. It's almost been 10 years, bro. Isn't that crazy to think about? It's almost been 10 years since 2016, and that was the last time he was a true number 2, or a good number 2 anyway. Because then he went to the Celtics. He was almost considered 1 at that point. That was a rookie, Jason Tatum, second year, Jason Tatum.
He was the 1,
and he's not a good 1.
No, he wasn't a good 1. He could have grown in with that team, and it would have been great. But
he didn't want to be number 2 in Brooklyn. He should have been, because they're trying to make Harden number 3.
Harden wanted to be number 3.
No, I don't think so.
Harden wants to be number 3 so bad. He just be like, I want to play point guard. I'll just pass.
He's number 3 in the Clippers, but that's different. Sure. They got better players. Those are 2 players in their prime, but he's not, bro. Like, imagine Dallas got like AD. Like, they need like one of their bigs to be their number 2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that'd be real deal.
Like,
I like Luka with a nice, legit big threat.
Yeah, I mean, so they got PJ and Gafford. Gafford's been hooping.
No, he has
Gafford's been hooping. So like
tear.
Legitimate center stuff, because that's way better than Powell. Yeah, he's trash.
I don't know why he's been on their team for too long.
Yeah, he should have been gone by the deadline. Like, imagine him with like a Zion, like bro. I feel like they need a strong wing as their number, especially because Luka's so ball dominant. Like, I mean, Kyrie and like those are just very 2 ball dominant guys. I don't know. And I think like if they had like a number 2 as like a wing player, or like a wing player, basically like a small forward, then it's like, then you can take, while you have Luka or Kyrie off the floor, then one of them is dishing to that number 2 guy, and then vice versa. They don't have to play. You stagger those minutes together. Right. So I don't know. I don't think Kyrie's a legit number 2. And but I think maybe Brunson would have been, though. I like Brunson. Brunson he's better than Kyrie right now.
Okay, right now, yes. But I'm saying
he's been better than Kyrie for like 3 years, I think.
Okay, now we might be tripping now.
No, I don't think so. That last year, I'm counting from the last year in Dallas to now. That's 3 years. Yeah.
Okay, that last year in Dallas, that was JB was coming into his own. He wasn't better than Kyrie yet. Let's not do that. That was his coming, like,
I don't know.
Some recency bias.
Like there was some
he was coming into his own.
3 years.
We was like, at that point, he had just stopped coming off the bench, and we're like, oh, Brunson is nice. Like,
was he?
He was coming off the bench.
Was he? Bro,
yes.
Look at him, bro.
No, we have to.
Bro, was he coming off the bench for Dallas in that year?
Dallas,
he was not coming off the bench because
he was coming off the bench, and then he started like midway through the year, I swear. And then it was good money, and it was like,
and then in the playoffs, hey, all I'm saying is, Kyrie not carrying his own team through a first round playoff. JB, I think Luka played like 1 or 2 games, but like JB finished it off.
No, it was JB.
He had a 45 piece in one of the games, and that's when we're like, oh damn,
he's real.
He's nice. But in terms of Kuzma not wanting to play, like, I don't know. I just think they know he's a ball hog. Like, they seen the highlights. Like, I wouldn't want to play with him either, honestly. Especially I'm not getting the rock. Like
He's getting buckets at an elite tier. Like, bro, at that point, you're being selfish.
but it's literally Luka and then a bunch of catch and shoot dudes. Like and Kyle Kuzma is not a catch and shoot dude, so it would have not worked.
He trying to create.
Like PJ Washington has been all right for them. Daniel Gafford's PJ Washington's not a lob threat. See, if you're not a lob threat or a shooter, you can't play with Luka. Like you can't be another ball dominant. That's why I mean Kyrie, he's Kyrie Irving, so it's fine. Like he's gonna demand the ball, but like another ball dominant guy similar to that, no, it's not gonna work. Or no.
They just need role guys around those two that can fill the lob threat, 3-point line threat.
Yeah, something like that.
I got a question for you.
What's good?
We're talking about Kyrie.
Okay.
We're talking about being a good number 2. So I'll pose you this. Kyrie's number 1 was always Kevin Durant.
Yes.
The current number 2 of the Clippers right now is Paul George. Weighing those two against each other, who has a more skilled offensive game? Who would you take throughout their career, Paul George or Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant, for sure.
So Kevin Durant is more skilled than Paul George.
Kevin Durant is more skilled than Paul George. I don't even think this is close. This question is borderline disrespectful. Kevin Durant?
I'm saying Paul George is more skilled than Kevin Durant.
What?
Yes, in terms of offensive shot creation, ball handling.
You think it just looks better?
No,
Nah.
Kevin Durant uses his physicals, his size to shoot over people a lot. I feel like Paul George's shot creation creates more separation in terms of getting his shot off into better open situations.
Are we talking all time or we're talking right now?
I'm talking all time.
Yeah, Kevin Durant. You're crazy. He's the youngest scoring champion ever. Youngest scoring. He was averaging 30 at our age, bro. Like, come on, dog.
No, but I'm just saying in terms of how he's getting to those buckets. Like, how is he? Who has a more skilled offensive game? It has to be.
I think it's Kevin Durant.
Paul. Okay, but in terms of getting to the cup, who are you taking as a driver? You're taking Paul George. Paul George is much better at getting to the cup.
Because look,
Paul George gets to the cup much better than KD.
Think about this. You see Paul George. There's not a lot of shake and bake moves with Kevin Durant. You know why? Because he don't got to do that to shift somebody. He can just go. No, I'm saying he could just go one move. I feel like it takes more skill to just. You already know what I'm finna do. You still can't stop it. One move and go. Paul George got to hit you with the Like, he don't really have to size you up. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like you're more skilled if you don't have to size him up as much. That takes skill to not have to. I know I got to size this dude up. I know I got to go between my legs 5 times before I actually make my move. KD don't gonna do that. He can just go one move. Gotcha. He made Gafford do the splits off
2 crossovers.
That's it. Basics. The fact that he can hit you with the basics, bro, I feel like that's just he mastered the basics and he still used it.
Has a counter for every counter that you had for his first 3 moves.
And Kevin Durant don't?
Oh, but not at the same tier in terms of.
Oh my God.
Bro, PG will hit you with the spin, step back, Euro to the float. Then you cut that off. I'm hitting you with the curl, step back, 3 ball. There's no weaknesses to his offensive. There's elite at every tier, I feel like.
So you think Kyrie Irving's more skilled than Steph Curry then, by that logic?
But see, that's where you draw the line, because Steph Curry's the greatest shooter of all time.
Bro, but you said by that logic, I feel like this conversation is kind of equivalent to that one. Like, Kyrie's Paul George, Steph Curry's Kevin Durant in that conversation.
But Steph Curry's shooting is different compared to any. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't compare, because Steph Curry's shooting, you got to pick him up from half court. No one other player has that respect or is demanded that respect other than Dame.
KD is. No, I don't know. KD's up there.
Not like Steph.
I mean, nobody's not like Steph.
Right? That's what I'm saying. You just said it. No one's like.
KD might be
stratosphere.
KD is at the very least a top 10 shooter ever.
Yes.
If he's not top 5, he's definitely top 10.
Top 10 for sure. Top 7.
He might be the best shooting small forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easily.
Better than Melo, right?
Better than Melo. People are gonna put Bird up there. I don't really know about when we start talking about Bird.
Gotta get your pops up.
That's what I'm saying. When we start talking about Bird, comparing him to KD, I'll take KD any day of the week. But shooting forwards, it's KD.
Okay, but in terms of Paul George versus KD, Kevin Durant, dude. I mean, maybe. I mean, now. Paul George be doing stuff now. KD is not really doing nothing too crazy, but he's still very efficient in his movement, and he's still one of the best players in the game. Do you have anything else on that one?
No, I'm still standing on business. Paul George.
No, man.
Bro, I'm not saying Cade, he's a better scorer than him. I'm just saying how, in terms of how they're getting to their buckets, who's more skillful at getting to their spots, getting to where they want to get to, countering moves.
The only thing
Paul
George is better than Kevin Durant at is probably dunking, and he got a better first couple shoes, and that's probably about it.
Kevin Durant's just 7'2" and can shoot over everybody. That's his best skill.
I mean, yeah, but look, Paul George probably got the best first signature shoe ever. Like one of the best first shoes ever.
Him or Kyrie?
Kyrie's were dope too.
Him or Kyrie?
But like KD's those are kind of nasty.
The KD ones?
Yeah, those are kind of hideous.
No, the PG ones, bro, those were fire.
Those are goated.
And then they stopped making PGs. Well, after the 4, I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Anyway, since we're talking about Paul George, I wanted to bring up, I think there was a conversation that he was having on his pod, or I don't know if someone was talking to him, like media-wise, but he was self-aware saying that, like, basically he doesn't know if he would get his jersey retired as a Pacer. He's not sure if he played enough games, even though he was, or enough years, even though he was there for a significant amount of time. Mm-hmm. Do you think that if he didn't like get his jersey retired, I don't know. Either way, like, do you think he is on the cusp of getting his jersey retired as a Pacer?
Absolutely not. They'll retire Tyrese Halliburton's jersey before they retire his at this point. And
so Tyrese stopped playing ball right now.
They'll retire his jersey before Paul George.
That is a crazy take.
I believe it's because
no way.
It's the way Paul George left, bro. Like he left.
Did he leave nasty?
He left, bro. He left sorry. He requested a trade. Bro,
sorry?
So they boo him every time he go back.
I don't even, bro. He couldn't have been that.
He requested a trade. He gave up on a team. He was hurt. And then he was just asked out. He was like, "Yeah, I don't see a championship opportunity here." So he asked for a trade.
Understandably so. He couldn't get past Braun. I get it.
Okay, but at that point, Miami was already broken up. LeBron was in Cleveland. Their window was still open, and they just couldn't get it done.
I mean, if my center was Roy Hibbert, I'd ask for, and you not trying to go get somebody else, I'd ask for a trade too. My starting guard is George Hill. Come on, bro.
Okay, but at that point, you rock out.
Lance Stevenson.
Okay, don't do that to Lance.
Honestly, looking back at that lineup, he might have overachieved with that team, bro.
No,
he overachieved.
For that era of basketball, that team
overachieved with that team.
David West,
he was gross. But like, think about it. He was in dogfights with Miami. D Wade, Chris Bosh, LeBron, Chalmers. Who was their center? I don't even know who their center was.
They was running like Battier.
Battier at the 4, Chris at the 5.
Yeah.
That's a way better lineup than George Hill, Lance Stevenson, Paul George, Roy Hibbert, and David West. It's not, but they was in dogfights.
Okay, but that Pacers team played great as a unit, though. You have to remember that. They was a very good, like...
Shout out Frank Vogel.
No, defensively, bro, they clamped up. PG, George, Roy in the middle was actually nice. David West was physical presence.
Was Monte on one of those teams?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. No, I think he was gone. Because not even Danny Granger wasn't out there neither.
It was Jeff Teague might have been there one year. I don't know.
I'm trying to think who else was on that team.
I don't know. But they were dogs. But either way, they weren't better than whatchamacallit. They weren't better than Miami. Like they weren't getting past it. Like I understand why he asked for the trade. Respect Pacers though. They sent him to Oklahoma City. He wanted to go to the Lakers. But in terms of jersey retirement, Tyrese getting his jersey before, that's kind of crazy.
Bro, he's just left a bigger impact, I feel like, on that area. I mean,
but he turned up Indiana basketball. I don't know. I feel like he might be on the cusp. He like, if he got his jersey retired there, I wouldn't be that upset about it just because they went to multiple Eastern Conference Finals. He just ran into the greatest player of all time.
I could agree with you. If they did retire it, I wouldn't be mad. I feel like if he goes back, like we talked about a couple weeks ago in the LL, if you saw like episode 11 to 12, we talked about Paul George going back to Indiana. If that happens,
it's in the making.
No, if that does happen, then we can for real start talking. Because then they're gonna make like a playoff run again. Then it'd be like, okay, Paul George just had multiple playoff runs with us. He came back, retired his jersey.
If they want a ring, like with him going back, you retire his jersey the next day.
Yes, he's locked in.
And speaking of jersey retirements, Shaquille O'Neal just got his jersey retired with the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Oh,
This late?
Hold on.
What?
Before you say that,
This late?
I'm gonna say something real quick. I don't think he should have got his jersey retired there.
Whoa.
He was only there for 4 years.
And they were 4 of the most dominant years in NBA history.
What?
Yes.
This was Ricky Shaq. No, he was better with the Lakers. He was better with the.
He won NBA Player of the Week his first year in the NBA.
Bro, come
won
on, bro.
Rookie of the Year. Like, what are we?
That deserves a jersey. He was there for 4 years.
Okay.
And just to get cooked by Michael Jordan 1 year.
You just
Hakeem was cooking this man, dream shaking him.
You was just talking about how Paul George met the GOAT in the playoffs. I think
But he was there for more than 4. But he was there for more than 4 years though. He was there for more than 4 years.
Okay, but I'm saying Shaq. Those were, if you're talking about putting the area on the map, Shaq put Orlando basketball.
I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you was 4 years. And I think it's more. I know they retired his jersey because it's more than just the hoop. Apparently he lives there. Like he's in the community, he's in the streets with it. But in terms of pure basketball, I think Dwight Howard should have been first. Dwight Howard was a better Orlando Magic player than Shaquille O'Neal.
Facts. No, I'll give you that. That's facts. He led him to the finals
as a center.
As a old school center too.
Him and Boogie was the star of the stretch big, I think. So I'm gonna say, yeah, Dwight was probably the last true center in the league.
Dwight was one of the last legit rim roller, shot blocking, rebounder.
Yeah, no, he was the last.
Dwight actually used to have post game too, bro. People sleep. Dwight had like a little post hook. Dwight had moves, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, Paul George was there for 7 years, bro. That's almost double what Shaq was at
in Orlando. Okay,
Orlando.
but what hardware does Paul George have to show for that?
What hardware does?
Rookie of the year. Multiple playoff runs. That's the same.
We talked about Rookie of the Year when I was talking about Dame, and you was like,
Okay, but that's just a jersey retirement card. Dame is locked to get his jersey retired. Like,
okay.
This is not a statue. This is just a jersey.
And he gonna get that statue.
No,
I'm telling you, he's gonna get it. You know he's similar for the same reasons why Shaq is getting his jersey retired in Orlando. It's the same reasons why Dame will get a statue. Because he was in the streets, in the community. He embraced Portland. He's probably going to live in Portland after he's done in Milwaukee. He says he's even talking about, he hasn't even done a full year in Milwaukee. He's already talking about when he's going to come back. He was talking about owning the team. He's going to get a statue, bruh.
What hardware has he brought to the city of Portland?
Rookie of the Year.
That's my biggest question.
Rookie of the Year, multiple All-Stars, a 3-point championship. That's hardware. He was holding that trophy up.
Hang his jersey in the rafters then. I have no problem with that. To put a statue of you that's going to stand the test of time for the rest of existence, I need championship banners. I need an impact. No baby is named Damian Lillard. And nobody named their baby Damian. Nobody named him after him. He got to win rings to do that.
Nah,
he got to win rings, MVPs to get a statue.
Nah, he gonna.
Okay, think about the most recent player that got a statue, Kobe.
Yeah,
that's the kind of players that get statues. That's the echelon of players that get statues outside of the arena. Kobe, Shaq, Wilt.
That's
like,
fair. That's fair.
The ball, like the game changers. I feel like Dame, he was a game changer for Portland, but he didn't push the needle in terms of
Portland GOAT, bro. So Bill Walton was a better. So Bill Walton should get a statue before Dame.
Well, he got a.
Bill Walton brought a championship.
Defensive player of the years too.
MVP. I'm pretty sure he won an MVP there as well. Championship. So Bill Walton should get a statue.
Yeah.
Imagine Bill Walton's goofy ass getting a statue, dog.
Bill Walton is crazy. No, I actually like Bill Walton. I watched his little ESPN thing. It was cool.
Yeah. And All-Star Weekend is about to be here. What do you think the greatest All-Star Weekend moment has been?
Greatest All-Star Weekend moment in recent memory for me. I think it's LeBron when he was guarding Kobe. And then they finally, it was Kobe's last year, and they kind of matched up on the side, and then Drake got in the way of the camera.
I think that, hot take, I think that picture made it more fire.
Drake?
Yeah, I think he made it fire. Like that silhouette of him clapping, that shit's fire to me.
It's cool, but at the same time, it'd been like, now looking back that Kobe's gone, it's like, it was crazy to see those two match up on that pedestal because we always wanted to see that matchup in the finals.
Yeah.
We always love to see that match. Those are the two GOATs, like Kobe, LeBron. They come up in the GOAT conversation.
Yeah.
And like LeBron really, he sat in the chair. He was like, "Let's go." He accepted the challenge, and Kobe went at him. Old ass Kobe.
I mean, Drake had the Kobe
The jacket,
Mamba jacket
yeah.
too. So I think that was cool that like you can see the jacket.
It was Drake.
Yeah, Drake. Who did they say that
Drake.
look like? Drake. For me, it's got to be the dunk contest. Aaron Gordon,
Yes.
Zach LaVine. I think that's
Good
the
one.
best dunk contest of all time. Zach LaVine is a Washington, Seattle guy, Bothell. I have to say though, Aaron Gordon got robbed. Aaron Gordon got robbed, bro. I ain't gonna cap because look, Zach LaVine was there's a certain point where Zach LaVine was just like copying his dunks. You know what I'm saying? But like he throw a lot to himself. Like Aaron Gordon would go between his legs. Zach LaVine go between his legs, but from the free throw line. Like it's like
You can't just undermine. He said he went between the legs from the free throw line.
Nah, man, you just copying his dunk. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
go
But
out
you
to a
know,
basketball
but the
court.
people know what I'm talking about.
No,
Though.
I know
They
what
know
you're
he was copying his dunks, but
Go out
doing
to
it
a
like a
basketball
little
court.
different, bro.
And see how far away the free throw line is. Bro, what was he doing out there?
Nah,
It don't make no sense.
And he had the greatest dunk contest dunk of all time. When the mascot was spinning and he went under his legs, bro, Aaron Gordon.
No, that was far.
I think that's the greatest dunk in dunk contest history.
Okay, but then he also followed it. That's why the reason he lost.
He sat in a chair in midair.
No, okay, but I'm saying he lost the dunk competition. He should have done that. If he knew he was going against Zach, he should have saved those for the last round. He brought it out in the second round, third round. So when it got to the tie-breaking round, he had to do a back scratch between the legs, and the crowd was like, "It was cool. It was
Nah,
a 50,
'cause
it was a 48." And then Zach came through in between the legs from the
I
free
think
throw
it's
line.
just because in
And it was-
slow, yeah.
That's what you know what I'm saying. So he should have paced his dunks better. Where Zach, he was copying him, but I mean, he was matching it 50 for 50. That's all he had to do was get a 50. So we went 50, 50. I can do this dunk. I can do this dunk. Aaron Gordon used his whole arsenal of dunks, and he had to do a mediocre dunk that final round. That was a mediocre. The back scratch to between the or to the. It looks cool, but
Let
it's
me
like
see you do it then.
No,
mediocre.
but I'm saying-
Mediocre.
And then Zach came out and tweened from the.
But he done did it already though. That's the thing. He did it. Okay, so he went between the legs, free throw line, and then he did
can't
it,
just
and then
say it like
and then he does a windmill from the free throw line. It's the same. Like you went to the. We get it, bro. You can jump far, bro. Like I don't know.
Bro,
like
you
Zach.
realize how far away that is? No one is doing that.
I know. I can.
It used to be impressive to take off from the free throw line. He was between the legs and windmilling from the free throw
Yeah,
line.
the best I can do is a floater from the free throw line.
Come on. He was out there tweaking.
I mean, I don't know. I think he got robbed though, and he got robbed the second year. I know he.
He got robbed the second year.
I think I know that he didn't clear Taco, but come on, bro. He's a dude is almost 7 feet himself dunking over Taco, bro.
No, he got
that's
robbed
not
the second
That's
year.
not a
for
guard
sure.
doing that.
That was the D Wade cheese, wasn't it? When he was all like, yeah, because what's his name was in it?
Derrick Jones Jr.
DJ,
had
yeah.
no business winning that. Had no
Crazy.
business.
The bias.
Yeah, no, it was bad. You got anything else?
I got one thing.
Okay.
Last week during the trade deadline, the Pacers made, the 76ers made a couple moves. They acquired Buddy Hield. They also went ahead and signed Kyle Lowry. So we don't know what kind of tick he's going to be getting, but they went
He
ahead.
should be sitting like we are right. He should start a podcast. It's over for him. It's done.
They scooped him up though. He might be taking some charges in the playoffs. So it was said that Daryl Morey was out making phone calls though. He was working the hotlines, trying to get on the phone with a lot of GMs. He made a call down to Phoenix and inquired about all three of their stars, Beal, Booker, and Kevin Durant.
I would have got off Bill.
No, it would have. Beal and Philly would have been nice.
I would have got off him though.
Word.
His back is broken, bro. I don't know.
But
Like,
I'm just.
I would have got off him. Like I know it sounds ridiculous. He made a call for all three of them, but I think Bradley Beal is a conversation to be had.
So I just wanted to ask you, who do you think the 76ers should try and pair Joel Embiid up with? Or like, who do you think is ideal fit-wise in the NBA to play with Joel Embiid? Just NBA landscape, unrealistic trades necessary. Who do you think would be best to play alongside Joel?
Damn.
Daryl Morey's going to make it happen. Just got to tell him.
I see. That's why it's like I wish, bro. You know how nice it would be if Klay was in his prime. See, that's why when they got Buddy Hield, they had to get a shooter around him. Shooters, I think the most valued position right now in basketball is the small forward wing position. That's why you see Mikal Bridges, they won't give him up for 5 first, that's ridiculous. Because he could have been, and he would probably be nice for that Philly team. He was drafted by Philly, got traded. That was probably that was a bad trade. They traded for Zaire Smith or something like that. Yeah, he's he's not even in the league no more.
And Mikal's from there.
Yeah, you know what though? Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy Butler in Philly would be ideal. And it was there. It existed. It existed. I mean, Tobias is cool, but compared to Jimmy, nah, they was one lucky shot away from going to the finals or going to the Eastern Finals, and then they probably go to the finals. They probably beat the Bucks that year.
Jimmy and Joel, I feel like
they like this, yo.
No, but I feel like it would be like the Kobe and Shaq sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they start to wear on each other just because, like, you know how Joel is and you know how Jimmy is. Like Jimmy's a hard worker. He's gonna work every day. He got that heat culture in his veins. Joel can kind of fall to the wayside with his work and show up out of shape sometimes. Yeah, so I was like, eventually that relationship could have soured. But I mean, I feel like for what it was, they were a dominant force at the time. They didn't see the full potential of what they could have been,
and they didn't. And that was the organization's fault. Because you see how Jimmy's working with Bam. He likes working with nice big men. I mean, even him and Cat for a little bit. I know that they didn't like each other, but they still, on the court, they made it work as best as they could. I mean, Jimmy in Minnesota right now would be crazy.
It'd be real deal.
That'd be real deal, but they got Anthony Edwards, so that's not really.
Jimmy with Ant-Man would be sick though. That would be sick business.
Both of MJ's kids, man. Come on.
No, literally.
Yeah, both of MJ's kids together. But yeah, no, I think Jimmy Butler. Who do you think though? I think Jimmy Butler.
I like Jimmy Butler a lot. I want to go with like a younger player who I think Tyrese.
Halliburton?
Yes.
I don't think they need another guard.
I just feel like Hallie playing next to Joel, bro. Like,
so you trade Maxey?
Yes. Easily. If we could swap those two, I'd easily make the swap.
You'd have to give up more than that though.
And I would.
Philly side.
No, for sure. Because I feel like Tyrese this year's his coming out year, but I feel like his playmaking and creating, he'd be giving Joel already. Joel's going to get 30 off of the muscle. I feel like you force feed him another 20 via Tyrese, it's scary business.
I like the Tyreses where they're at on their teams. I wouldn't be mad at that.
They're also
Philly side.
They're the only 2 Tyreses in NBA history, by the way.
Are they really?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But no, I don't. I mean, I like where they are right now. If Philly was to do that, though, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be more mad at Indiana. I'd be more mad. But I like Tyrese Maxey for this team. I think he has potential to be a guy. I mean, we talked about it already. I think he's better than Dame this year. He's been cooking up. And that's hard for me to say.
And Anthony.
And Anthony. Real quick, before we get out of here, because I see on the notes, and we didn't hit this, and we was talking about statues and jersey retirements and all that. I think LeBron James gets his, does he get a statue in LA?
I think LeBron James should get some sort of statue, some sort of memorial. I don't even want to say memorial. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's. Hopefully not. Hey. Hopefully not. Hey, relax. Hopefully not. Hopefully.
You know what I meant?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. That's
he needs to get
crazy.
some sort of statue, some sort of like monument that commemorates his achievements.
In LA?
Bro, he broke the all-time NBA scoring record in a Laker jersey.
That's fair. He's gonna get when he's holding the ball, and that's gonna be the statue right there.
You see, he has to get even if it's not a statue, he gets something on the wall where it's all like. So, he has to have some sort of thing in the stadium where it's all like LeBron broke the scoring record here. Because LeBron is one of the. It'd be like if MJ stopped in LA for a year, and he did anything, they put something up for him.
Your theory, in arena statue then. Yes. In arena statue then, right? Because we was talking about that with Dan. You was talking about, maybe inside.
He get the in arena.
I can see LeBron with the in arena.
LeBron is for sure the in arena.
He's not. But the crazy part is, I think probably when his contract's up, this will probably be the longest LeBron's been somewhere. It's not crazy. It's like his almost 7th year in LA.
What?
That's wild. He's been in LA almost longer than his first stint in Cleveland.
That doesn't seem real.
That doesn't seem right. That's crazy. So maybe he does get the little outdoor one. Who knows? I think they would have to win again for him to
get the outdoor.
To even consider him getting the outdoor. Not even for sure thing. Just for the consideration to get the outdoor one. I think that he's got to win again.
Because the indoor it'd be like the announcer sometimes. Like the indoor they have like little announcers, like a statue over there. They'll have like a famous fan. You know what I'm saying? Like the indoor is much more loose. You know what I'm saying? Outdoor is like the icons of the the pillars of the team, like who really established the culture of our franchise.
Right.
And LeBron didn't do that in LA, but he broke the all-time scoring record there.
I feel like they're gonna make like a little mini museum, or like a little hall of like LeBron accomplishments as a Laker. Like it'll be them winning in the bubble, him doing the scoring record. I mean, if they win another championship, probably like stuff like that. All the accolades and stats that he had, just like a little hallway or like a little room or something.
You said it right there. The fact that he has a championship and broke the all-time scoring record as a Laker, they got to give him some sort of, come on.
And that championship's not respected. Not by me. I respect it, but, people think that's the Fugazi championship.
Genie already said he's getting his jersey retired. So, I mean,
that's simple. That's easy, though.
That's an easy one, but I'm saying the fact that it's already set in stone, like, they're going to put some respect on his name.
They retire both?
No.
They
can't retire 6 because it's already.
Oh, it's already. Yeah, you're right. Well, I think they technically still could. Like they could still put 6 in the Raptors, even though it's retired league, right? But like they could still.
He won the championship in 6, right?
No, 23? He was 23. Yeah, he went from 23 to 6 back to. Yeah, he was 23 for the first 2. He was 6 last year, and then he went. He was only 6 for 1 year.
What?
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe the indoor joint, but.
He deserves it. I mean, there's accolades.
Yeah.
Shaq got 1. Kobe got 3. What other Lakers have statues? I feel like Magic probably got 1.
Kareem got 1, right? He's got to.
Kareem has to have 1.
Will got 1? I'm about to look it up real quick.
I don't think Will might have 1. Does he have 1 in LA?
100-point game is Fugazi, bro.
Will for sure has 1. Wilson in Philly is crazy.
Elgin Baylor, Shaq, Kareem, Magic, David West, and Chick Hearn. Chick Hearn was an announcer. There's going to be 3 Kobe statues. That's crazy. That's dope, though.
No, that's dope. Bron can get a statue.
We'll see.
Like Anthony Davis, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what if AD won? Like, what if he won one without LeBron?
Hell no.
Hell no. He's top 75.
Okay, even if he won without LeBron.
And he's Finals MVP.
Okay, but then weigh that up against everybody else that has a statue, right? You know what I'm saying?
What if he just puts up crazy numbers, though? Like, let me ask you this.
He'd have to put up, for no better words, Shaq numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'd have to do something dominant.
I forgot what we were on this, whether Kawhi got one or was going to get one or not. Like
in Toronto?
Yeah. Because if he can get one, if Anthony Davis is the best, but again, it's the Lakers, higher expectations. Toronto's not going to win nothing again. So I guess.
I wouldn't give Kawhi Leonard a statue.
I would
not, bro. Now thinking about it, I really reflect on it. I would not give Kawhi Leonard a statue.
Was that your original take? I forgot.
I don't think so. No, I think it was because I was not up on giving him a statue. He can.
Oh, because you said Vince didn't, or you said you got to give one to Vince for. Okay.
There's some other dudes that deserve it much more than Kawhi. If we're talking about, like, if I'm a diehard Toronto Raptor fan and I've been rolling with the team since its conception, and I go to a game, bro, and I just see Kawhi Leonard every time, bro, I'm like, cool. But I grew up with Vince. I grew up with DeMar. You know what I'm saying? Those are the dudes I watched every day. I only got to see Kawhi for a season, so I'm not really rolling with that.
And look, you looking back on that,
it was a championship year. It was cool.
I guarantee you, it's February 15th. Like 5 to 10 years from now, that's still going to be the only championship potentially. Like that's what I said. I mean, that's why I was saying statue, because it could be another Kareem Abdul situation. We already talked about this, but it could be another Kareem in Milwaukee. They don't win one for another 50, or it was like 40 or something. Like
I'm just saying,
that's crazy.
The fan base probably resonates more with Scottie Barnes.
Oh my god!
Right now than they ever did with Kawhi Leonard. You know what I'm saying?
I get.
And although they're not as good as they were then, it's just the fact that Scottie got drafted there. He's been there, 3 years now? 2-3 years?
Scottie's never beaten those allegations. If you know, you know.
You're crazy. There's a few allegations. So you're crazy.
Oh
You know which
man.
ones- I think I know which one.
Yeah, man. Anyways, man. That's what we gonna wrap that up right there. We right there.
Scottie Barnes.
Make sure you like, subscribe. We just hit 200. We're thankful for it. Again, it seems like a small fee. It's big to us though, so we're good. We only
Step by step.
step by step. We're only like 4 months in. Next time you see us, we might be somewhere else. We might be in a different location.
It's gonna be post All-Star break too next time you see it. So we're gonna be talking about that, breaking that down. And like you said, new loc.
We're gonna be breaking all that down. We're gonna be breaking down second half season expectations. So make sure you tap in for that. And again, we're on Spotify.
We're on Spotify.
We're on Spotify.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Do your due diligence.
You said it best. Do your due diligence. We're tapped in.
Do your due diligence.
Do your due diligence. Watch the light.